Hey, it's Sam from Sugar Spun and today we are making chocolate pancakes. So today I am here making one of my kids' favorite breakfast foods. What are we making?
Chocolate pancakes.
Chocolate pancakes. This was not originally supposed to be a video with guest hosts, but here we are. So we're just going to carry on. First thing you're going to want to do is grab yourself a mixing bowl. And to this, we're going to add 1 cup of flour. Luke, do you want to go ahead and add that? I'm pretty sure there's one key reason why the children are here. These chocolate chips. Next thing we're going to need is our sugar. For this recipe, I prefer to use light brown sugar rather than granulated. It just gives the pancakes a better depth of flavor. Thank you. We're going to use 3 tablespoons of firmly packed light brown sugar. Do you want to add it in? Great. Wonderful. Thank you. The next thing we're going to add is a teaspoon of baking powder. Next is a 4th teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, thank you. And these 2 leavening agents are going to give our pancakes just the right amount of lift. We like those nice fluffy pancakes around here, right? Yeah? Next we need just a little bit of salt. This will be the one Mommy does. Add 1/4 teaspoon of table salt. All right, next we're going to whisk these together. This whisk is a little bit small, but my whisk drawer is a little blocked right now, so we are going to make what we have work. Whisk everything together until these ingredients are nicely combined. Try to break up those brown sugar lumps the best you can. There are a few remaining. As long as they're small, it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna slide this over. Then we're going to grab a separate bowl. To this bowl, we're going to add 1/4 cup of natural cocoa powder. You wanna go ahead and add it? Go ahead and pour it in that bowl. Thank you. So I don't add the cocoa with the other ingredients because what I want to do is I want to bloom it. I want to get the most chocolate flavor we can out of this recipe. So I have my cocoa here, and to this I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of very hot water. You want it at least steaming. If you have boiling water, that's even better. Go ahead and add this in. Whisk this together until it's nice and smooth. So this just helps develop that chocolate flavor, which I found was essential to getting a chocolate pancake that tasted chocolatey. All right, now I'm also going to add my melted butter to this. You need 2 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter. I added to the cocoa powder for 2 reasons. One is that it can be difficult to combine melted butter with ingredients that are typically colder, like the buttermilk we're going to use in a second. But also because if that butter is a little bit too warm, this will cool it down so it combines better, but also it's not going to hurt the cocoa, it's just going to help it, and we just bloomed the cocoa, so adding another liquid that's a little bit hot to it is not going to hurt. Speaking of buttermilk, this is the next ingredient you need. You'll need a cup of it. It is better if your ingredients are room temperature, but I don't often have that much foresight when making pancakes, so sometimes my buttermilk is still a little bit cold. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add this chocolate to the buttermilk.
Now it's chocolate milk.
Yeah, I don't know if it would taste as good as chocolate milk though. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah? Once that's nice and smooth, we're going to add 1 large egg. Again, ideally room temperature. This one is room temperature. I'm just going to lightly beat this in its bowl first, which will just help us incorporate into the buttermilk mixture a little bit better. So we're also going to add 3/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Great job. And vanilla is a great addition to chocolate because it just really helps bring out and enhance the chocolate flavor, and it gives the pancakes a nice depth of flavor. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Yes. All right, bring back your dry ingredients, and we're just going to sort of make a well in the center. Doesn't have to be perfect. Apologize for the abrupt exit. Guess they got enough chocolate. And let's go ahead and add our wet ingredients right into the center there. This smells so good. It's not even cooking yet. All right, now just gently fold these ingredients together. When you are making pancakes, it's very important that you don't overmix. Don't use your whisk at this point. Definitely don't use an electric mixer or a stand mixer. Just gently fold everything together. And once everything is about 50% combined, then I will add my chocolate chips. You should have a 1/2 cup of mini chocolate chips. I prefer the mini ones just because I feel they sort of suspend in the batter a little bit better. We're probably down to about a 1/3 cup now, but we'll make it work. And I'm just gently folding together. It's okay if the batter's a little lumpy. You just don't want to see any flour streaks. Making sure you don't overmix is so important with pancakes. gonna do a quick check, make sure I didn't miss anything. A little bit of flour there. Let's take our batter over to the stovetop where we will start cooking our pancakes. It's a good time for the kids to leave. Prefer not to have them too close to the stove. All right, you're not going to need a very large skillet for this recipe. We're going to be making our pancakes about 6 inches in size, at least that's what I do. We are going to first want to brush this with a little bit of a neutral cooking oil. I'm using avocado oil, just a light brushing. If you don't want to use oil, you could use melted butter or just melt a little bit of butter on the pan instead. I just find oil gives me it just works better for me personally. We're going to turn our stovetop heat to just a notch below medium. I like to do to be safe. And then we're going to let this warm up until it's nice and hot. You can just check if it's hot by holding your hand over the pan, just like a couple inches. You should feel the heat radiating off of that. While the pan is warming up, your batter is going to thicken slightly. This is actually good, and it also will contribute to those pancakes being a little bit more light and fluffy. All right, the first pancake usually is the messiest, so give me a little bit of grace with this one. When I'm portioning my batter, I like to use an ice cream scoop just because it makes the job nice and neat. Also, my ice cream scoop holds about a 1/3 cup, so I want about a 1/2 cup of batter, so a heaping scoop works pretty nicely. Now I just nudge the batter around a little bit because it is a little thick. So pancakes can be a little bit tricky to tell if they're finished baking. One thing that I like to watch for is I will look for the edges to be beginning to look cooked. These are almost there. And you'll also notice that bubbles in the batter are starting to burst. They'll come to the surface and they'll burst. You can use your spatula to kind of sort of peek under there and see if it looks finished baking before you flip your pancake. That is honestly a little darker than I like my pancakes to normally look. But it's the first pancake, we'll be all right. All right, usually the second side doesn't need to cook as long. Take a peek, see if we're finished cooking here. Everything looks pretty good. That looks a lot better. We'll remove our pancakes to a plate and we'll keep on cooking, but always brush your pan with a little bit of oil between pancakes. You can also tell this is getting hotter than I like it to, since we're getting a little smoky. It's a little tricky for me because the hot plate's not what I test my recipes on. I do it on my stovetop. So then I get over here and I'm a little out of my element. All right. Pan's nice and hot. We have a better feel for our pancakes. So I'll show you guys cooking a couple of them, and then I think you'll get the idea. Try a different pancake flipper. Now, knowing if your pancake is cooked completely through can be a little bit tricky. Honestly, what I do is I'll just kind of take a peek. I just use a knife to look in there and make sure we don't have any raw batter. And if it's cooking too fast on the outside and not fast enough on the inside, like my first one did, your heat is probably just too high. All right, we serve these warm. I don't do maple syrup on the chocolate pancakes. Instead, I like to top them with whipped cream. I'll try to remember to link to my homemade whipped cream because that's what you want to use. Ooh, or my homemade chocolate whipped cream. Both of those would be good options. And then some more chocolate chips. And that is how you make my favorite chocolate pancakes. If you try this one, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I do always love hearing from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay, guys, you ready?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, let mommy get some too. Ready? Mm-hmm. All right, do cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, try it. Is it good? What do you think?
Good.
Do you like it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, good. Eat up.
Yummy.
Yummy. Thanks for helping. We're also going to add some brown sugar for this recipe. I like it. You gotta stay awake, man.
Okay.
Okay. Who's excited to eat these pancakes?
I am.
Good. I'm feeling the pancake pressure. 5 more.
Why not
Okay.
10?
What a mess.